Alrighty, and let me open up the stream on my phone so I can see chat. For kids again, thank God. Alright, let's get started. Alright. Then... Welcome back, my name is Papa Conley. Last time... Shit, what was I doing last time? Oh yeah, finishing off the investigation. We finished off the investigation day last time, now we're starting the final trial. Well, the first half of the final trial. Then we're through the second half tomorrow, and then we'll go back to Library Verona, probably. Unless I find another excuse to put it off. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Didn't that happen in the beginning of the game? I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. Yeah, you had, amnesia too. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Kind of an L, honestly. Me personally, I wouldn't let that happen, but that's just me. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Beep. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Beep. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Grr. Listen up, you Sorry, give me 1 second. I had a friend who just texted me. Alright. Stop. You better get on guard. A guilty sentence, okay? Get that creepy slime bag and not guilty? I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia? Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that Kurt's on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? Billy joined the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, pal. Hey, Gumshoe got his job back. Wait, what? Wait, Gumshoe got his job back? Did you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. We're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial's over, until the verdict is handed down. We're going to do everything we can to find a killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that, so you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Have to make the trial last longer? If you got Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world. We have it in abundance. Yeah. Yada yada, power, friendship, something something. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. March 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecutor has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. Mystery being, what exactly Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this... What exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, and then proceeded to escape the crime by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes. Juan Carrito was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, is, so to speak, is Matt On Guard. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has to say is true. Has said is true. We still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. What is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please, don't put yourself down so much. Oh, I'm sorry, well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. On Guard's room. Okay, sure. Visit to Matt's room. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in the front of his room, still in the nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. That's us! He's talking about us! Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. Talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. On Guard was speaking to was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're going to have to charge in head first, right? Visit to Matt's room. The defendant's room? Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I want to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try and trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. That's because one of the witnesses usually is the bad guy. They don't really turn into it. Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute. How did I suddenly turn to the bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. That's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? At first, what do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboy-ish uniform, and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Lil Pearl. I thought it'd be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after meeting Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I'm focusing on her. Let's see. In any case, from this story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. I don't think we, like, have a way to... $15. we have anything that proved when the awards show was? 8 p.m. I just don't know. Do I present someone? Yeah, I know it's early to be doing this, but, like, I literally cannot figure it out. I've got to be honest. Like, this was a weird one to start off with. What, it did give me the option to ask. Oh, it's gonna be one of, okay, it's gonna be one of those situations. Wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated. You know, I did feel something weird. It was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip giving incident itself? Yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Ms. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? That's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got into his pocket. That's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It's like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. What's so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old Gramps. Ahem! I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight up from the top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped and the stuff in his head would come spilling out. He was there at Engar's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That means Engar was talking with the killer, then. If that fact were to be exposed, Engar would be declared guilty in a blink. Fix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you'd like to say, Mr. Wright? What'd you say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Now, let's look at the tip. Fenn is a huge star. He can afford to give a generous tip. Wouldn't you agree? Sure. Giving that much was a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? How much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Uh-oh. Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That could hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. Here's beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Fenna is a superstar. That kind of tip is typically fair for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I be standing around here prosecuting? Because of your trauma from being a child? Is that the reason why you do this in the first place? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. I know what that music means. That means I'm gonna have to guess something, aren't I? I know what that music means. Then the bellboy the witness saw... Yes, he was the assassin. Well, hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelly the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelly the Killer. He is the person the police's special investigations team have been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelly the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Somebody just clicked my hand, and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. This time, I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. That's what that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I meant Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That's all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let's first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And that bellboy really was the assassin. Then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended at around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. Then I went to the bathroom. Maybe it was around 8:10 by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? So sorry. I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. How could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform, after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words can't describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about the stitches? Right. Why the inspired, insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? He wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers testimony slide, or... Just gonna... There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. If you two are done being school children. Bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be planted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you would amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So you're saying that's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. There's a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice. What kind of juice was in it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. There was some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed. Some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Another job for the court record. Yeah, that makes sense. He just delivered it, so... Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. They say that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches. Gulp. Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene, and there's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Kurita's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on the top of the table, in the lower right-hand corner here, you can clearly see that as a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy just brought this to Mr. Kurita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboys left a dead body in the room. But you can prove that Mr. Kurita was already dead at the time. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-canned? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy. He was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, got to focus. Can't lax here. My man's really about to lock in right now. So, what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made out of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? Go. But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. Seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Their second evening. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy was knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. And the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then sat back to my seat. So, the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the defendant's room? Yeah, I kind of saw that all by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be poor underpaid action star, but even I would stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is that... Sorry. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch this all from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye. In a sort of sneaky, spy-like... Maybe it was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. Hold it! I said, hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate more and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him one question at a time. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? You're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. Well, it was Mr. On Guard's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. On Guard himself, I'd say. And then what did the bellboy do after that? Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing? He gave this something to this person. Yeah! What was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. I would like to summarize this testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bald boy left the crime scene, he merely went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it's just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is this all really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what the bad boy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was no. If you remember, please add to your testimony. Yes, sir. I'm going to ask the other question just in case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the thing you'll ask about. Okay, never mind. A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know? Looks like, for this trial, this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. I'm going to have to trust your instincts on this one. Take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? Real quickly, I'm just gonna... Wooden statue. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did the objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt Engarde's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? Simple, Your Honor. Tried to killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. Then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. The bear was found in Mr. Engarde's mansion, it would mean. Oh, dear Lord. I am sorry about that. Something got caught in my throat and it was not fun. Ugh. It goes without saying, Your Honor. Man on guard is the killer's client. Order. I said order. No, it's still dead. Oh, unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, that's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. Not now, though, it would have later on. If you haven't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Oh, I forgot that he knew about it, too. I think it is clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. Do something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There's still a few points we have left that we've not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you have to further explain? I'd say the person who received the bear. There's one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that's very unclear. That the identity of the person who received the bear. Give something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. So we don't know who it was that took the bear. Can't be. Ah! What is it, Mr. Powers? Why to scream like that? At least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm... It was the Nickel Samurai arm, I swear. You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order. It looks like you dug your own grave. Yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So, the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Man on Guard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all clear. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You have time to act lost. And find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. Now, I'll bring... Your Honor. Again, Mr. Wright? I removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. I can find something, even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? The bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found in Mr. Enguarde's mansion. However, Mr. Enguarde was arrested at the hotel that night. Prove that since the murder occurred, he's not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible for that it was Mr. Enguarde who took this bear to his mansion. Well, why? That's very true. We did consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew. Disaster averted. God damn it. You bitch. You have gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? Oh, Lord. I don't know what happened, but, like, I could just not stop coughing. I remember it as clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself out of Guard's mansion. The rest of this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer? The killer and our guard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at our guard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to On Guard's mansion by the killer himself. It looked like he was about to be arrested. On Guard had him do so. I guess it was because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, that's right. You've been quiet for quite a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I could attack at all? I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has now become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Matt On Guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Never back down, or what?
Objection!
There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he said the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figure was found at On Guard Mansion. However, all of this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible that a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. This is all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
Take that!
Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt On Guard for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Ah, then the nickel samurai arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. I was taking a nap during break period? That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. On Guard's mansion was a well-laid trap set up by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. Come on, they would tell On Guard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something pretty. It's a murder of all things. save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, it's one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor? For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor? Prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well, then the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 10:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. We've been trying to pin the guilt onto Adrian Andrews, so, you know. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick. Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. Really strong power suddenly called her away. Really strong power. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone it's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Whew, that's pretty good, pal. How about you? Anything yet? Figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, a single clue would be very helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. But Mia? Looks like Maya was unconscious until a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I can see a circus tent outside the window, about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus tent in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a second, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map, about a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? I can see a mailbox in the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It's like it was an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her, an old office building. Good stuff, pal. Alright, hang in there just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. It's only been like 2 days. How is she dying of starvation? It's only been 2 days. Like, yeah, she would definitely be, like, hungry, but, like, you could go for, like, a week, I think, without eating, if you had to. And then, obviously, it depends on, like, how much fat the person has and stuff like that. Like, I could probably, me personally, I could probably go along within a week. I'm a pretty big guy. But, like, usually it can last, like, a week, even, like, up to, like, a month, I think. I don't know, let me check. How long can someone live without food? Approximately 3 weeks. Then water. I guess maybe she could die of dehydration. But yeah, no, the lack of food should not be that worrying. You can last like 3 weeks, give or take, without food. Yeah. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right, it's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten us, the court, to this bear's secrets? Alright. Why? Where does she... The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. This is complexity. If you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. I can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts? Is that it? Yes, looks to be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. The bear figurine. The bear-stained bear.
Hold it!
A puzzle. That's right. That looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. People don't know. I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly?
Hold it!
So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, first you turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. I think he's 5 years. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's just taking apart the bear. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you do after you take the puzzle apart?
Hold it!
How do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. And this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it'd be perfect for Juan. This is a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, continue your testimony.
Hold it!
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it could be easily broken. I just don't want to get what's inside. Well, it's a toy. Who could ever be the same again once it's been broken?
Hold it!
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that would mean that Mr. Ungard didn't know, right? That's about all I'm going to get for now. Figurine update in the court record. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is only one very important fact that we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is, what is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You're the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. I've opened it. This is what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note? I don't think we need a guess at what that is. Do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. The suicide note? That's a suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Up until now, no one knew of its whereabouts. But just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had a very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before committing suicide. Order! Witness, do you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. I discovered his body. I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now the suicide note has been found. What's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I do believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. I was going to burn it. For her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang out loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left us a record of all that had happened to her. almost being used and thrown away by On Guard, about being engaged to Kurita and On Guard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impax had to say. There is only one thing I'd like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make all the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. Man on Guard values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Celeste's suicide note added to court record. It's not Guard's fault that woman killed herself. This time, he even went as far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. Guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person being that this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems we've come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape this from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know I have to buy him some more time. Okay, there are 2 deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry. I kind of want to start with the figurine, I guess.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it? I think he doesn't care when he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Kurita. At the request of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. Killer's client was Man on Guard. I think there's a contradiction here. You can tell just by looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. Chances that Man on Guard thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think about it that way. Exactly, but I did think that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there's no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order, order, order. Make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I'd like to direct you to the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Man on Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And victim Juan Kurita was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Man on Guard. Order, order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You don't tell me you knew your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. This camera that I have is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's hotel on a hunch. Using this. Don't choose Bug Sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Mount Guard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix? Looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. Fairly obvious that Mr. Guard learned of the suicide note through this. She was watching the victim all along. Got me good this time. I don't have anything to care about. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Obviously, shush, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so ew, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? You know what you're going to do next? What I'm going to do next? I'm going to wait like a frightened child work? You know, it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case. But, as he used to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that you really should investigate. Think you should investigate? I really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded. Not remembering how to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Just gonna... Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What's a piece of evidence? The camera. The camera's 8 o'clock thing. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. Your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So, you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. There's something that you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I do believe some special examination is needed. I think the item that should be examined is the defense's gray matter. Whoops. Mr. Wright, after this trial is over, I would like to see you in my chambers. I think there's a few things we need to discuss. Yes, Your Honor. Good way to speak, at least use your brain to make something intelligible. So you're telling me that I forgot something. So close, Mr. Edgeworth. Something you really should examine about the piece of evidence. Maybe the receipt. Transmitter. Stuffed bear. I don't know what.
Take that!
No. stuffed bear? I'd assume it has to be like one of these things, no? Alright, yep, time to look it up. I am apparently too dumb, never mind. I'm dumb. Really? The note? The note's what they want us to check. That... Really? You know what? I guess I won't question it. Cool. Some evidence. Yeah, no, I assumed it would have been like, you know, the recording time or something like that to, like, say, like, it'd still be impossible for him to know or something. But... At least that's where I was going with it. That is... This impacts a suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found outside of this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh. So, that's whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impact or not. Has yet to even be remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be... Mr. Wright, you want to say this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you're the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Enguarde. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Now, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. Well, if this is fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The other person who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? So you could use it to frame Matt Enguarde. I didn't know such thing. Right? If you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. That is enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm that the handwriting on the suicide note is, as stated, the defense has stated, the handwriting is yet to be analyzed? If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This is a good Phoenix. They're just going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Milo will be physically able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis of my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Ungar is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Yeah? I think they think he's guilty. Call the hunch. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What's with him? What is with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish someone would make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for him, pal. Don't worry. I need just a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty! Grab his dick and twist it. No, but wait, no, this is an MMA fight. MMA? MMA. MMA fight. You hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't first come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Okay, I like what they did with the little, like, evidence box. Okay, I like that. That was creative. But, Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. The court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is this, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain the results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But would it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this helps or helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Right, well, what's going on with my situation? Killer, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Report! Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. I think we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident and was rushed to get away. A few things? Can I use any of them as evidence? Oh ho ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. Really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this. My hunk of junk car. I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission. No one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all this stuff, running every red light. I'm just gonna... I'm left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that won't be decisive enough to end this. Did Gumshoe just crash into the building? What? Wait a second. No one can stop me. What happened? Sounds like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Gotta hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. Well, he definitely... the lights flickered on and off. I think I have an idea where he crashed into. Also, don't get those items before they do. The police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why? Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there a way to find exactly where he is at this moment? There's always a way. That's right, there is a way. What? How? We can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. I honestly have no idea how we know where Gumshoe is. Real talk. Wait, no, because, wait. Okay, I'm gonna double check with the thing just in case, but I think I have an idea. Okay, so we can use Von Karma as evidence. Because unfortunately they're not letting us use the transceiver as the evidence, but... Why bring up Franziska at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try and get into contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Franziska... will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now... I'm putting the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? This is sue someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. I'll probably finish with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. This trial, this specific like part of the trial, has kind of been like my favorite moment in Ace Attorney so far. Honestly, I'm not sure if I like this game more than than the first one. I feel mixed because, like, on one hand, a lot of the characters and stories I felt were better in this one, but like also they kind of would have some, like, you know, some bullshit, like pulling up like really minute stuff that, like, yes, does make sense, but like probably could have had like a better hint on, like, oh yeah, you know, remember like clothing, or like, oh, clothes. I feel like that's important or something like that. But I feel like a lot of the stories and like mysteries and stuff were a lot better in this. Anyways, I'm gonna end things off here. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? I want my mouse back. What? Okay, where's my mouse? What? Oh, there we go. Okay, I have my mouse back. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna end things off here, though. Thank you all for watching, and, next time, we're gonna finish off Ace Attorney, and, if we get the last episode done earlier than I expected, I don't know, we'll probably play something. And then, we're gonna go back to Library for an after.